to Super Veil Sews. My name's Sarah. Thanks for joining me today. It is January. I have started back at work and it has been okay so far, so that's good. And I thought I would come to you today with a video about some of my sewing plans for the next few weeks. Now, I've got some nice makeup on today because I finished the top secret pattern that I am making for a brand, and I'm going to take some photos later today, which is why I'm looking a bit more glam than usual. It's something that requires a bit more makeup than I would usually wear for my pics on Instagram, etc. So yes, I'm excited to get that photograph today. I think it's not being released for a couple of weeks yet, so yes, I will share when I can, but I have finished making that, and it was definitely a more involved process than I have had in making one of these garments before, but the end result I'm really pleased with. And there are things in the silhouettes that if I was picking for myself, I probably would not normally go for, because I would have thought they wouldn't suit me, but there are elements that I think actually suit me really well, so it's been a really fun process to try something a bit different. And I've ended up with something really beautiful. So when I'm allowed to share that, I'll do a whole video on it because it sort of warrants a whole video, I think, to go through it. But yes, so I finished that, and now I'm starting to think about what I want to sew moving forward this month. Now, I'm not going to have loads of time, as usual. I'm organising a big event at the start of March, and alongside work, that's going to take up a lot of time, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a few things done. So a couple of these I may have mentioned before in previous sewing plans videos, and then I've got a couple of sort of new things in here. So I thought I'd start with the fabric that I think is the most exciting, and it's a project for this charity event that I'm running at the start of March, which is a big sort of gala concert raising funds for the Princess Alice Hospice, which is a hospice in Esher, and I run the community choir for the hospice, and we've got like a big target this year. So if you are in the Surrey or London area and you think you might like to come to that, let me know down below or message me on Instagram and I'll let you know details when we have them. There are going to be professional West End singers and opera singers and the community choir and some instrumentalists and stuff. It's going to be really good. It's taking place in Kingston, which is in southwest London. So yes, anyway, I'm doing that concert, and one of the things I want to do for it is make a dress. Now, my velvet willow gown was such a hit, so I might be a real diva and do a dress change, in which case I might wear that for one half, and then I might make another willow in this fabric. So I had my eye on this fabric for a while. It's from Fabric Godmother, and I recently did a collaboration with them, and I received a voucher, and finally that took this fabric, because for the gown you need quite a lot of yardage, and I'd sort of, the fabric had been out of my budget basically, but with the voucher it came into my budget, so I purchased this just after Christmas. Now again, I've kept it in the envelope because the envelope was covered in glitter, so I know this is going to shed everywhere, but this is the fabric. So let me try and get, even the threads covered in glitter, there's glitter everywhere. So this is, I don't know how I'm going to show you this because I haven't found the end of the fabric because I'm an idiot. Right, here we go. So this is what the fabric looks like. Isn't that stunning? So beautiful and glittery. It basically has like glue with glitter on it. And I have a matching fabric that I purchased because I'd had my eye on this for so long. A while ago, I think it was Rainbow Fabrics, had a load of satins, and I bought a satin that sort of matches this colour for the underlay. So I'm hoping I'll just be like a little glitter ball. I was slightly inspired by Bridgerton. Oh my gosh, look at this, so pretty. I was slightly inspired by Bridgerton. Anyone who's watched the third series, oh my gosh, there's glitter absolutely everywhere. Oh dear. Right, I'll deal with that later. Glitter on everything. All the other fabrics now have glitter on them. Hang on a second. When I tell you there is glitter everywhere, there's glitter everywhere. So anyway, as I was saying, Bridgerton in the most recent series, Penelope Featherington, who is played by Nicola Coughlan, she wore a lot of sort of purpley, bluey, glittery numbers. And I just sort of, I wasn't sure about the vibe of it for Bridgerton per se, but I was very sure of the vibe of it for me. So I'm going to make, again, I want to keep it quite simple because there's a lot to do with this concept that is quite highly stressful. So I want to just go for something that I know I'm going to feel great in and that I can sew up quite quickly. And that is going to be another willow dress. I'm going to try and find some double-sided velvet again in a suitable colour for the ties, because I think that will add a nice bit of texture. And yeah, and it'll have an underlay in the same colour, and I just want to look like a big purple glitter ball. I'm really excited about that. So that is one of the projects. I think I'm going to have to roll up my carpet so that I can sweep the glitter off the floor, because I know this is just going to make a mess. So that is one of the very glam projects I have planned. Now I have to apologise because now all of these fabrics I'm going to show you have glitter on. So another pattern that I'm really keen to make is the Tiana Herring Juniper dress. Now I'll try and pop a line drawing of this here. I became aware of Tiana through the Curvy Coven, which is a group, a sort of WhatsApp group that I've spoken to about before, and who I interviewed the founders of on my first Chubby Chats episode. More of those to come at some point. And this was her first pattern and it looks so good. What I love about it is it's very trend led. So I've seen a lot of dresses like this out and about, but often they're not in a good size range or an inclusive size range. So yes, I'm really excited to be able to make something like this. It comes in a mini length, but Tiana herself's also made it in a longer length, which I think is cute, but the short length is nice too. It's got the zip up the front. It's got a sort of snatched waist. It's got this sort of utilitarian vibe. And I have been thinking about making it for a while, but I haven't been able to settle on fabric. So one possible fabric is this jumbo cord, which is on screen. It looks a bit more reddy and glittery, obviously. But it's more of like a pink, like a pinky, deep pinky red. Sangria, like a sangria shade. If I have enough of this, I'm going to make it in this, but I might not have enough, in which case I do have a denim, and I thought the denim version could be cute with some really classic like gold amber top stitching, yeah, and some nice like a metal zip and things I thought would look really cute. So that is really high up on my list and is 100% definitely happening. I think prior to that, I want to make something a little bit cozy, because the sewing that I've done so far this year has been a bit more formal and structured. So I want to just make something chill. So I am planning on making another Billy dress, Tilly and the Buttons pattern, with this. Oh, that's very wrinkled. This is a French terry from, it's designed by Hey Sew Sister. I can't remember. I think I bought it from First for Fabrics. And it's one of their exclusive prints, which I just think is gorgeous with little bows on. I'm going to make the Billy the dress version with pockets, and I've got some pink ribbing left over. I can't remember what I would have used this for. It might have been a gift or something when I was making for one of my godchildren or some other child somewhere. But I have quite a bit of this left, so I'm thinking that will look kind of cute. So, and that'll be a quick sew, which I feel like before I get into the juniper dress, I want to just do something that's like zip, 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 that's really quick. So that is high up the list. There are two other things that I want to show you. One, I do like to make myself new work dresses now and again because I get stuck a bit in a rut. And I've got lots of lovely viscoses waiting to be sewn up. And I've decided to go for now with these lovely parrots. Aren't the colours on that great? So I bought this from Fleur with a voucher that I won for something. I can't remember. It was like an Instagram competition and I won it. Or like I won that prize in it. I can't remember which one it was now. But I purchased this lovely viscose with these beautiful parrots on. And it's been sitting because I didn't know what to do with it. But I think I'm going to make either is it the Lou box dress? I cannot remember the pattern company for that. Or I ages ago made a Tilly and the Buttons Lotta. Now that pattern has not been scaled up. It was probably one of the first or second dresses I ever made, and I scaled it up myself, and I felt like I looked banging in that dress. So I may have to dig around a bit to find the pattern for that, because I've not made one since, because I then sort of got into a habit of using patterns that were already drafted in bigger sizes. But I just think something like that, where you don't have to, with these sorts of patterns, I'm always trying to look for ones where the bodice doesn't, you don't have to cut it up too much for the bodice, and Lotta is just like a big sort of blousey top. So yeah, I don't know which of those I'm going to make, but I think this will be really fit in a nice dress for work, and nice and drapey. And then the last thing, which again is a bit more of an involved make, and I'm sure that I've spoken to you about this before, and it has really taken on the glitter more than any of the others, is the Sew Over It Amelia jacket, where the sizing for that was increased last year, it's 2025, and I want to make that in this. Now I do wonder, because this is quite a heavy wool, is it too much? But I think we've got another like few months of it being, like a couple of months of it being quite cold. So yes, you can see it's plain on one side, and then you've got this nice check. And if you haven't seen, the Amelia flight jacket it's like a little cropped bomber situation. So I think that will be really cute. I think this was maybe rainbow fabrics as well. And then I'm going to line it with another fabric from my stash, which is this, which is a Nerida Hansen fabric, which is from ages ago. It's been in my stash. I bought it before they were even doing the print on demand one that you can now get quite cheaply in the UK. This is when you still had to pay for your nose for it. And basically the beigey colour in the background I don't love, and I don't think I'd want a whole garment in that, but I think as the lining for a jacket, that'd be really cute and a nice little pop. And then I've used up a few fabrics that have been in my stash for quite a long time now, and are now absolutely covered in glitter. So those are my plans for the next few weeks of sewing. I am, as I said, I'm just trying to, I've started off the year with something that has been, it's been a real pleasure to sew actually, but it has been a bit more involved and a bit more stressful, because I wanted to get it right. So I even twirled it and everything, and I really took my time. And I feel like I just need something simple and quick, and then I'm going to get on it with the other ones. So the dress for the concert in March is obviously, it's not a priority, but it's the only one with a fixed deadline. But I know I can sew that up really quickly, that pattern, which is why I picked it. So I'm not in a big rush yet to get working on that. I think maybe at the start of Feb, I will start working on that one. And then I will just give over my whole sewing room to the glittery life. And then I'll leave a trail of sparkles when I walk on and off stage. Can't wait. So yeah, those are my plans for January. I would love to know yours. Some people have let me know a few already on some of my more recent videos, so I love to hear it. So do you plan, I know some people are already thinking ahead to spring. I'm still very much in cozy vibes, I feel. But I suppose the glittery dress is looking forward to spring a bit, isn't it? So yeah, I would love to know what you're looking at sewing. Have you got any new patterns planned that you've not made before? So for me, the Juniper and the Amelia are both new, plus this one I've been testing as a new one. Do you have any patterns to recommend? Keep them size inclusive, please, because otherwise I'll get jealous. And yeah, I'd just love to know what you're up to. So thanks so much for watching today. I will catch up with you soon. Have a great week. See you later. Bye.